Hey everyone, Shakira here from Eliteeventsandkreations and the Facebook group SILaholics Anonymous. I'm going to do this video to assist those who may be experiencing issues with their Silhouette Studio program. I've seen it a lot. At first it would seem like it was more so just anyone using Windows 10. However, I am seeing that people who are using Windows 8 are also having some of the same issues, and like it'll completely crash and you can't get into it. And unfortunately, the only solution is to do a clean uninstall. So I am going to show you how to do that. There are some who have been experiencing like glitches in it, and there is a possibility that at some point you won't be able to log back in or reload your Studio, because it happened to me to where I was in it, I shut it down. When I went to go and turn it back on, or open it back up, it got stuck on the initializing screen and it never actually loaded. So before you get to that point, I want to show you how to back up your files, which I do have a video for that as well, but I just wanted to compile everything into one video for you for this particular issue. Anything as far as your actual Silhouette Studio files that you've saved to a folder on your computer, you don't have to worry about those. Those will still be there. They will not open, of course, once you uninstall Silhouette Studio, but they are still there. You don't have to worry about doing anything to those. However, with your Silhouette Studio library, if you are able to still utilize your Silhouette Studio library, you want to go in there and you want to make sure that you are saving it through exporting it. And then you can import it back in later so that you can keep everything that's in your Silhouette Studio library. If you have not ever backed up your Silhouette Studio library and your system completely crashes, you will not be able to recover anything that you saved to the library. You can go back in and go to Silhouette Design Store and you can download all of your previous purchases, but you will not be able to actually get back any of the files that you created and you saved to your library. So I do recommend that you save your library every so often. Some people go as far as doing it and backing it up once a week, or twice a month, or once a month. So it's up to you as far as, if you're saving a lot of things to your library, you want to back it up more often, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we're going to show you how to do the clean uninstall. So for your library, you just want to come up here to File. You're going to come down to Library. You're going to export your library, okay? Then you want to go to, I'm just going to go My PC, then you'll choose Documents, and you'll choose to where you want to save it to. So here I had Studio Backup. I'm actually going to put this one on, let's go to Quick Access, and then I'm going to go to my Dropbox, actually, because that way, if something ever happens to your computer, it's on an external drive. So either you plug in a USB drive or an external hard drive, or save it to your Dropbox, or I have the OneDrive on here. Any internet cloud that you have, you can save it to that as well. Do I already have a Sil backup? Yeah, right here. Okay, so I'm going to go My Library, and I'm going to date it for today. So 3/24/16. I always date it so I know which version I have. So if I ever have to delete something or need to go back to something, I always can. So I always label it the date that I'm doing it. And so then you're just going to hit OK. It's going to go through exporting, which so I'm not sure how long this is going to take, because I forget how long it took last time. So I may end up having to pause this for a minute for it to fully export. But once it exports, I recommend that you also go in and you do it a second time. And then you label it the date and then backup. The reason why I say this is because I have had several people contact me because they've watched like my other video, they've gone through the export process, but then when they go to import it, it's saying it's not a readable file, it doesn't notice the file, and it's just sometimes glitchy depending on maybe there's an interruption in your system. If your system was about to go down anyway, it's missing some type of partition in it where it didn't fully save that exported file. So I always recommend that after you export the first time, go back in, choose to export again, and name it backup. Okay, you can do it in the same folder, just name it backup, just in case, just to be on the safe side, because you don't want to, go and think that you're protected and you have your files, and then you are one of the few people who have that issue to where it did not save properly. Okay, let me go ahead and plug in my laptop, and then I'm going to go ahead and just pause this so that you don't have to look at the whole process of the exporting. And then when I do my backup, I'll of course do that off camera or whatever. So you're just going to go ahead and let that export. Okay. And so what I know what I'll do. So while that's exporting, I'll show you the next part of it. Rather than pause it, I'll show you the next part. So if you are experiencing to where your computer has completely shut down, not your computer, I'm sorry, your SIL Studio has completely shut down and it's no longer getting past the initializing screen, what you want to do is a clean uninstall. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here to your Windows icon. You're going to right click on it, and then you're going to come up here to Programs and Features. And so you want to find Silhouette Studio. And why is it not in alphabetical order? There is my SIL Studio. Or maybe they all just haven't loaded yet. Okay, so here we go, Silhouette Studio. And then you're going to click on it, hit uninstall. Once it uninstalls, you need to restart your computer, okay? So you're going to go ahead, uninstall, and restart your computer. After you, actually, I don't want you to be distracted by what's going on with Silhouette Studio, so let me remove that. After you restart your computer, what you're going to do is you're going to come down here to the search bar, or on your keyboard, you're going to hit the key on your keyboard. It looks like this, the Windows key. You're going to hold down the Windows key and R. It's going to bring up the window for run. So you can do it in here, or you can do it from the search bar. Okay, so the first one you're going to do is you're going to go %, program, data, %, then hit enter. It's going to bring up this window here. You're going to click on anything that says .com, Aspect Software Studio, licensing help. On here it says studio and then like the license. So any of those that says anything to do with Silhouette Studio, you want to go ahead and you want to delete them. If you're like me and you have the Connect, it's not really associated with Silhouette Studio, so you don't have to worry about that. But anything that actually says like Silhouette Studio or Silhouette Studio licensing, anything like that, you want to delete all of those files. Okay. Once you delete those, you're going to come back down to the search window, or again, hit the window key and R on your keyboard, and you're going to type %, app data, %. Okay. And enter. It's going to look almost the same. So on this one, you want to get rid of, again, all the ones that says Aspect Studio. So the one that says Silhouette Studio, the one that says Studio Helper, anything that says anything to do with Silhouette Studio, you want to go ahead and delete those as well. Once you delete those files, you're going to come to your recycling bin. My recycling bin is empty right now, but you want to either, if you don't want to completely delete everything in your recycle bin, you want to find those files. And then once you find them, you want to you'll see an option to permanently delete them. So you will do that, or you can just simply empty your recycle bin. If it's the only thing that's in there, just hit empty your recycle bin. Or if you want to go ahead and permanently delete anything that's in your recycling bin, just hit empty recycle bin, okay? Once you empty it, you're going to restart your computer again, okay? After it restarts, if you are running Windows 7 or 8, you can simply now go to the Silhouette Studio website, Silhouette America. So I'm here. And then I'm just going to go back to the main page of Silhouette. Okay, so you'll be here. You're going to go to the update software. And even though it says update, it is actually the full on software. If you want to try out the new version that is coming out, there is a beta version, which is version 3.7. And right now it's in the trial run. But what it does is they now have a cloud to save your things too, so you don't have to worry about losing them and a lot of backup and stuff like that. So if you look at the release notes, the main thing for that one is they're introducing the Silhouette cloud, somewhere where you can go and save all of your files and things like that too. I have not done 7 as of yet, because when I redid it, we just went back through and we did 6. But I am gonna actually try out the version 7. So you can use that, or you can just go ahead. This is the version that actually, well, that's the beta one. If you go back up, because this is 3.648. This is the newer one. So you're just going to go ahead, select which platform you have, and you're going to download the software and reinstall it, and everything should work fine. If you have Windows 10, before you install download and install, you want to do one step before that. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to the Windows icon. You're going to click on it. You're going to go to settings. From your settings, mine automatically went there. So let me see if I can get it to go to the other screen first. Okay, so you're going to go to settings. You're going to go to devices. Then come down to mouse and touchpad. Here where it says scroll inactive windows, when I hover over them, go ahead and turn that to off. I guess they have discovered that having this on is a glitch within Windows 10 that's causing a lot of systems to crash. Not just those running Silhouette Studio, but the system in general. So that's a glitch that will probably be updated or fixed with a Windows 10 update. But they're finding that is causing systems and certain programs to crash. So you want to go ahead and just turn that off, okay? So once you turn that off, you can go ahead and install the Silhouette Studio program, okay? I'm still only at about 69%, or at 59 or like 60% now. So I don't want to just have it running. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. And as soon as it's finished, I'm going to come back and I will finish explaining, what you do with your, how to import your files, okay? All right, so as soon as this is done, I will be back. Okay, so it's finishing up with exporting the file. So now that it's done, once you go ahead and reinstall your Silhouette Studio, you'll be able to bring back your library. One thing that I did forget to mention before I paused it was that if you are able to get into Silhouette Studio and you know that you're just going to go, you're having problems with it and you just want to go ahead and do the clean uninstall and reinstall the software. If you have any type of Designer Edition, whether it's Designer Edition Plus, or Business Edition, go ahead and go to Help and deactivate it. And the reason why I say to do that, I mean, you could always call Silhouette Studio and they will reset it for you. But to kind of save yourself some time from having to call customer service if you don't have to and then wait, you want to just go ahead and deactivate it, because once you uninstall, the system won't know that you're not using that key anymore. So if you go to your account on Silhouette America, you're going to see, like, if you just use it on one computer and you've used it one time, once you uninstall, rather than you see that you have 3 installs left, it's only going to show 2. So then once you use it again, you'll only have 1 left. If you end up needing it again, you can always call them in the future. But if you can, just go ahead and, kind of skip the middleman, skip the step, and go ahead and deactivate. Now, once you go ahead and log back, you're able to bring it back up. You will have to upgrade your Silhouette Studio software again, your upgrades again. So you will have to put those codes in. If you have, let's say, Designer Edition Plus or Business Edition, and you purchase those as an upgrade from a lower version. So if you had Designer Edition and then you went to Business Edition, you will have to activate the Designer Edition code first, and then activate the Business Edition code. Same thing, Designer Edition, and then the Designer Edition Plus if you upgraded to that. If you went from DE Plus to Business Edition, you will have to have both of them. If you went Designer Edition Plus, Business Edition, you have to install all 3. But if you have a version to where you brought the Designer Edition Plus just straight out, all you have to do is just enter that code. If you brought the Business Edition straight out, you just have to enter that code. Okay, so make sure that you do go back in and activate your upgrades, because they will not just automatically come up when you install the software. Okay, so you want to take care of the software one, and then also you're going to come over here to Preferences, come to Display, and for this option here, you want to turn it off. According to Silhouette Studio, having it on, it kind of once you turn it off, it slows down the way the information is sent to the system or how it processes it. So it won't have, basically the brain of your Silhouette Studio won't be working in overdrive. So it's going to kind of slow it down for it some. So it won't be so bogged down, and you'll less likely have issues with it shutting down on you prematurely. Okay. So you want to go ahead and take care of that as well. So just hit off. Now, to bring your files back, you're going to go to File, Library, Import Library. You're going to go to wherever the file was. It's going to ask you for your information. Of course, I'm not going to type it in because you all would see all of my information pop up down here in the keystrokes. But you're going to go ahead, enter everything, and then a window is going to come here, and it's going to tell you, you have so many files. It's going to search for them, and it's going to start to go ahead and download them to your back into your library. If you have a lot of files and a lot of different folders and things like that, it will take a while. Make sure that your computer is plugged up to a power source, and you won't. I don't think was I able to use Silhouette Studio? I don't remember if I was able to do other stuff while it was importing. But make sure it's plugged up, because it will take a while for everything to go. I think for me, because I have so many files, I want to say it took almost maybe 2 hours, probably even more than 2 hours, for everything to download to the back into my library. So you'll do that, and then you'll be good to go. I think that was pretty much it. Anything you have as far as fonts will still be in Silhouette Studio, because those are associated with your system, not just with Silhouette Studio. So all your fonts should still be there. But I think that's pretty much it. After that, you should be good to go and ready to go. Okay. If you have any additional questions, please feel free. Oh, forgot to get rid of that. Feel free to leave it as a comment below. You can always message me if you're not a part of my Facebook group, SILaholics Anonymous. The link will be in the description box. Just go ahead and copy that and paste it into your internet window, or if it's highlighted, you can click on it and join the group. Until next time, guys, have a great one and happy crafting.